Let me introduce myself. My name is Hemant. I am currently pursuing BTech in Vishnu Institute of Technology, Bhimara, from CSV department, and my goal is to secure a job. Here, the concept is telling about closure. Cl- Closure is a closure is when a function can access variables from its outer function even outer function has finished. In another words, we can also tell we can access variables to to init to init global scope and outer function scope and own scope. After the expression of the outer function, the main important point is closures remembers the environment where they were created. In other cases, it is useful for creating private variables and help maintain state between function calls. Let's see the code for the closure function. Here we write a outer function. Outer function is a function that contains a local variable counter initialized to 0, and also outer function returns another function called inner function. Inner function is defined inside outer function. It has to access the counter variable from outer function. This is the key idea for closure. When the inner function is called, it increments counter by 1. So here see, and logs update 1, counter value become 1. By using this constant increment, we create a counter function to this. When we increment function we applied, then outer function returns the output. See, when we return first time, output is 1. After again we called, output is 2. Here the main points is the inner function remembers the variable counter. Here we remembers the variable counter from taking xcal scope, outer xcal scope. That is outer function. Inner function taking a variable from outer function. See, this is called xcal scope. Here, even though outer function is completed execution. See, first we have to complete outer function execution. Then after the value is executed, the count the main benefit of closure function is uh, encapsulation. It means closure helps encapsulate data, preventing direct access from outer function. It means that we can't access the outer function variables to the inner function variables. So it can be tells as encapsulation. The main use case of closure function is closures are often used for creating private variables or maintaining state in asynchronous tasks. Here we explain that uh, we takes private variables. Private variable means outer function variables from to access inner function, and also benefits for memory management. In memory management, they can keep variables in memory longer than usual if a reference are maintained. It means it takes a long time memory for outer functions. This is tells about closures. Yeah. The next topic is we go to callback and promises and async functions. Let's go to the topic. See, let's see, here is the callback function example. We use a callback here, variable for the function argument, and a lot. If present, first tell about callback. Callback is a function passed an argument to another function. Let's see. This is the function fetch data with callback is function. It is a callback argument passing passes through passing through the function. It is used to perform a task after the main function finishes executing. And let's mean main function exit after it works. The argument will be works. See, it is the example for uh, callback function. Let's see here when we execute this program. Here first the fetch data the fetch data with callback function emulates a delay using times set timeout. It is used for delay the output, and it means when we execute this, it waits for 1 second for executing this printer statement. This is called callback function. Let's go to promise function. Here is the promise function example. Let's talk about promises. A promise represents a task that will be completed in the future. It has three states. See, pending, and another one is resolved and rejected. Let's talk about pending. Pending is tells about waiting for the task to finish. Let's talk about uh, let's say example when a traffic lights going. Let's take a traffic light. When we will get red symbol, we should wait for some time. This is called pending. After k seconds green signal start, then we will go. This is called pending, waiting the task to finish. Resolved. Resolved means task completed successfully. When a task completed successfully, it's called about resolved. Resulted. Task failed. Let's let's talk about program. Here, when we here is the result argument. Result means all about task should be completed. When we task should be completed, this output will be printed. See, this is the delayed system. We also see in a callback function also. Here we use it then or argument or function method. It handles the result value. When we task completed, then it handles the result value, and after it goes to the uh, this argument output. This argument output should be printed when the function is executed perfectly. We can also add a catch method also. It handles any error. Let's talk about another async key. Await or here assign or await is a cleaner way to work with promises. It lets you write asynchronous code if it were synchronous, make it easier to read. Let's see the example. And also asynchronous keyword makes the function return a promise. Also we are listen about promise. Promise means we can give argument for resolve, and await keyword waits for the promise to resolve. It waits it takes let me tell about example. It waits for another task to complete. After it only executes. The errors are catch in try and catch block, putting it all together. Let's see the code. This is the essence asynchronous function. Here we see we created a function called fetch data with asynchronous await. Here no arguments are passed. It uses awaits to wait for the promise returned by fetch with promise. Here let's see when we go to when the promise statement is perfectly run, then it uh, it calls to the this asynchronous function, and then after another uh, function will run. When the promise function is not completed, then it calls to await function to wait the another process, and let me think, it wait for some time after uh, promise function is completed, then only a synchronous function, another function will go to the promise function. Otherwise it waits after completion. Let me see how to run this code. Here we see when we executed node callback.js. It is the file name callback.js. Let's see after executing data fetched using callback and data fetched using. We got the functions are executed. Let's go to the to-do list topic. Here to-do list also it also uses closures. Close we can also already say about closures. I'm starting of the video, so I again not telling by using closures only to-do lists are implements. Here we have four features for to-do list. Add a new task to the list, it is one feature. Another is mark as completed, another second feature. And list tasks that are overdue and due today and due later, the third one. Fourth one is display the task in formatted way. These are the features for to-do list function. Here we see a to-do list. We see a to-do list function. It is this function acts as a closer that maintains a private list of to-do items and provide methods to interact with list. It also returns an object with several methods. Several methods we also tells about add, mark is completed, and go overview, view today, and view later. These are the several methods to manage the to-do list. Here the base. It is also one list. All is the list. Here is the add method. Mark is completed overdue method, and method means also a function. And today, due to the today, due later. These are the functions display. It displays the lists data in formatted way. Here is the code return. It returns the all rows. These are the we also know how to do code. Let's talk about the all list first. Variables and variables methods inside the closure. All is a private array that holds all the to-do items. Each to-do items is an object with the following properties. First one, title of the task, and we'll see title of the task or and due today, date, and here we see date method, and we also add function adds a view to the item to all arrays. Here we see it pushes the all items, and mark is completed by setting the mark completed property to true. Example, a boolean function is to be you get false when we mark is completed done, then it changes to true. Outer view overdue delays. This explains that filter method is used. Here filters and returns task where the due date is earlier than today. Due later indicates it returns task with due later than today. And here to displayable list. Here it displays, it returns, it formats the data to do items for display. For each task, it show like this array item. If completed, if it completed, you see it says X symbol. If not completed, it it indicates empty block. Empty means not completed, and also it displays title also, and it displays due dates unless the task is due today. And here we use join is used for the formatted task with new line. It join means also the whenever the task is completed, it goes to the next line. It indicates. Let's say this is the another main code. Here we see this is total code should be worked for today list. Let's run the code and see the code how we implement execute. We see in the terminal. Let's Yeah, we are executed the code. This is the title, and these are the to-do items. To-do items here you see. Here the empty block indicates not completed. Here X block indicates completed. These are the to-do items we see in the code. This is the explain about closer and to-do list. And also we uses three functions called callback and synchronous function, and also we use promises. These are three important for JavaScript and Node.js to create a backend development. We also talk about closer. Closer means also know we use two for nested functions see there, and callback. Callback is a argument passed through the function, and another promises. It takes result as a argument. It means the task is completed. Another one is asynchronous. When the one statement is finished, then only outer statement takes. Otherwise it waits our for statements completed. uh, To-do list tells about then it mainly focus on the encapsulation and privacy. Means the all list we see all in that list. This is the private list for the to-do list. Array is private and also only accessible through the provided methods. It is only accessible for add method and mark as completed method, overdue method, and over today, over later to displayable list. These only it is accessible for the array. This prevents external code from modifying the to-do list directly. And another second point is reusability. The method add, mark as completed, overdue, etc. can be reused and modified independently. And closer concept is involved for doing the to-do list. The to-do list function returns an object with the method that have access to all array. This demonstrate a closure because the all array remains accessible even after to-do list has finished executing. We already know about closure. This closure is very important for doing to-do list. Readable is readable and maintainable. The code is well structured with easy function performing a specific task, make it easy to understand and maintain. It is useful to it is easy to learn and maintain how the to-do list is and format data. This method is useful for format data. How the this we in executed. This is how the data is given. This is main reason, main function for understanding output giving them. This is about to-do list. Thanks for giving this opportunity. Have a nice day.